The Stephen French Podcast, brought to you by Audible.com.
With the local Echo News, Stephen French has come back with a brilliant new podcast. But for now, don't call it a podcast. I've been here for years, rocking the piers, but the suckers are here, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosive. Yeah, la, you know what it is. We're back, year 2021, with a brand new episode of the Pardon My French podcast. How's it going, Aki lad?
I'd say I'm about a 6 out of 10 or something today. That's about like the level of feeling, positivity and all that.
Yeah, positive vibes, yeah. Crystals and stuff like that, magic mushrooms and things, We've all been trying to spread a bit of positivity lately, and I feel like last year was a negative one, But today is going to be a brilliant podcast, We're really going to go in, We've got some brilliant subjects coming up. Aki, do you want to list them off for us?
Yeah, but what about the introduction?
You've heard it live from the aggravator of Egbert Road's mouth, Let's start the show. Pardon my French. Comment s'appelle-tu? Je m'appelle Stephen French. Jack Russell's snapping at the heels of a Rottweiler, The Pardon My French podcast with Stephen French and people like him. Yeah, so Aki, give us the subjects of what we're going to be speaking about, right, on the show today,
So today was going to be a very Darren G centred episode, and he was going to be on the show and we were going to ask him loads of questions, but me and Stephen spoke about it the other day and we just decided, you know what, we just don't like him. So instead we're just going to talk about him while he's not here and just slag him off and stuff.
Yeah, it's best slagging people off when they're not there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. Sam Walker's just gone out of prison, so we're going to be talking about him. We're going to be talking about Corona, Boris Johnson as well. What else? Tommy Robinson, because he's been doing videos about Darren G and stuff. Mr. Kipling's and baby wipes.
For fuck's sake.
No, sorry, that's part of my shopping
Yeah, typical you, Aki, anyway. Yeah, so let's get on with the first subject to get it out of the way. The shittest one out of them, right? We're going to talk about coronavirus, yeah. And the thing I don't like about with the coronavirus, yeah. Why is it killing people, Why can't it just not do the killing and stuff, yeah? Like, it can't change its life round, you know what I mean,
Sure.
Like, coronavirus, it can be stopped, but it can't be reformed,
No.
There's been a bit of a rumour going around as well, and it's a bit nasty with regards to the faggot shit, right? I mean, the homosexuals, Someone's spreading the rumour, that the coronavirus can only infect the gays. Is this true in any way, Achan?
I've already told you that I'm not a homosexual, Stephen. Stop.
Yeah. Because we spoke about it before, And I said to you, "Are you gay? Are you a gay man?" And you said, "No, you're not gay. But you just like the male aesthetics and stuff, All that stuff with the male aesthetics and that,
The Stephen French Podcast, sponsored by Audible.
My name's Danny Dawes, and you can now stream the full 2 series of Danny Dawes' Deadliest Men on Amazon Prime. All you need is a subscription. If you've not got one, use the code Danny Dawes for 20% off, where you can see me and Stephen French talking about gunshots and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was a little swift plug for a good friend of mine, right? The Danny Dyers and all that stuff, You can watch the classic episodes all on Prime, and if you do it, money goes into Danny's pocket,
That's
But
cool.
if you haven't got the Prime subscription and you don't want to mess around with all the fiddling, just go on YouTube and just type in Stephen French, Danny Dyer, and you'll just see my episode, Because it was definitely the best one, wasn't it?
It was definitely the best one, but I don't think you should be promoting the free link to the website.
The
if
YouTube,
it's going to put money in Danny's pocket, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what can I say? To be honest with you, I woke up in a bit of a silly mood today, so I don't really care about the actions or the consequences that come from the things I say, right? Which is going to bring us on to the next subject.
And that is Boris Johnson.
Listen, I don't feel like talking about a fucking cuckold, who looks like he's had 50 loads of semen spilt onto his head, right? Anyone who knows Mr. Sam Walker, he got out of prison yesterday. I've squashed all my beef with them, I've aligned myself with them, We're going to partner up, because there's one common enemy that we're going to squash. which is going to bring us on to our next subject.
Darren, I knew you were going to talk about him, but it's not like he's a subject, you know what I mean? The whole podcast is going to centre around everything, like all the stuff with the rap song we made about him, Stephen. I can't believe he got us to do the rap song, you know?
Yeah, man, what can I say, lad? I'm a fan of Tupac here. I'm a fan of Tupac, and the rap lyricist that I can summon in an instant was ratting in the cage, man. Ratting in the cage, yeah. So let's let it out. Let's just unleash the pen.
Keep your words together, Stephen. Fucking hell.
Listen, this is a direct message for Darren G, yeah, right? You've gone to war with me, yeah? You call me a homosexual and stuff, yeah? You're saying about Achnar Bichi getting the cum inside his bum and stuff, yeah? I don't know why you're so fascinated with the homosexual stuff, you know what I mean?
It's probably because he fucking bummed his brothers or something.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. But you're disrespecting the Irish now. They're gonna make you go missing, yeah? You're fucking disrespecting the Irish.
Can't be doing that.
It's wrong, yeah. You're doing your videos, they're like the little call-out ones what people do to the gypsies, yeah. And now you're going down, you're trying to disrespect Tommy Robinson, yeah? Somebody black people can't stand, yeah? We've been laughing at his video about you behind your back.
Yeah, proper pissing ourselves. In fact, do you know what? Let's call Tommy now. Let's just get him on the phone, just sort it all out, just speak to him, see what he thinks about Darren and stuff.
Yeah, you're like the Mars. You know, like the Mars who got the rollers and the hairs, yeah, and they stand on the street just jangling and slagging people off. That's what you're like, Anaki. Like the Mars with the keelers.
Yeah, whatever. I'll call him now anyway.
What the fuck is Achnar Bichi doing with Tommy Robinson's phone number in his phone?
I met him in prison and just got speaking to him. And it just turns out he's not really racist, he just doesn't like Muslims and stuff, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello?
Tommy, Stephen French.
How's it going, Stephen?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate, not too bad. What about you, Aki?
Yeah, I'm okay. He's still racist.
No, about 2 out of 10, I'd say. I'd say I'm about 2 out of 10.
It's not bad.
Well, we've got you on the show because we want to know what your opinion is about Darren G.
You know, what can I say about him, really? I'd never heard about this guy before until I seen the James English podcast. Next thing you know, he's fucking slagging me off, you know what I mean? He's fucking paranoid, mate.
Yeah, he is. I think he's been smoking spice all the time.
I think he's a fucking screw loose, mate. I think something's absolutely fucking wrong with him, mate.
Yeah. So when did you start hating on black people and all that stuff, yeah?
Nah, just just Muslims and stuff like
Muslims,
that. Darren G. It's mainly Muslims and Darren G, yeah.
And it's definitely not blacks.
Nah, mate, I love black people. They're all good.
Alright, see you in a bit anyway, Tommy. Fucking hell, that was actually a decent conversation. I think he's a really good guy, isn't he?
Yeah, no, I told you, he's a proper decent fella, you know, and he hates Darren as well, so that's good enough in my book.
The Stephen French Podcast, sponsored by Audible.
Every year, one person is dropped from a podcast and is unable to make any more money. They're forced to ask people in the street for change to help them get onto the train. Forced to look for people who can sponsor their bike rides. One such person is Darren G. And if you donate to Darren G's GoFundMe, he'll be able to eat tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Please, give generously.
What happened to the GoFundMe money, Darren? Eh? Where's the GoFundMe money? You've got to answer for it, yeah, right? So, anyway, the next thing we're going to do on the show, yeah, we're going to have questions, because we've got an email system set up now, yeah, and people can send in the personalised questions for Stephen Thomas French and Achnar Bichi, yeah, and it's going to be dead fun, yeah, but there's another subject I need to raise with you, Aki, and it's a little bit serious.
Then go on.
It's the voice, yeah. We've seen the video of you, yeah. We know what you talk like, yeah. You don't even sound like you're from Liverpool when you do the real voice, yeah. Explain to the people what's going on. Because I know what's going on, but just tell the public. It's time to do it, come on.
So a lot of people used to my voice sound the way it's been sounding on the podcast lately, right? But this is the way I sound. This is my real voice. But the only reason I put that other voice on is because can you imagine a man of my complexion coming up to like someone who's young? You know, I'm 6'5" and I'm standing over them, trying not to intimidate them.
Yeah, no. To be honest with you though, right, I think you got a really nice voice. Yeah, it's kind of like the black man's version of Bez from the Happy Mondays or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, I was born in Manny. I was raised in Manny. All it was is I just spent a bit of time in Liverpool, and like that whole incident happened with the Kelly kid, and then I've had to move out the city, but people just think that I'm like a proper scouser and stuff. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm like a true Manny. I'm not even living in Liverpool no more. I'm living in Birmingham.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think especially go back to that soft little gay Michael Jackson voice, to be honest with you, if you don't mind. And do the Scouse accent, it's starting to weird people out.
Okay, even though you said you were okay with it. Anyway, the first
Do
question
you
is
know what?
from
I've just fucking remembered, yeah, right, yeah. I've been doing this thing lately, yeah. I've been emailing Liverpool celebrities pretending I'm from the Sun newspaper, yeah. And what I'm doing, yeah, is I'm asking them if they want to sell their life story to the Sun and trying to catch out which one of them is the fucking rats, yeah.
And how's that been going?
It's been going really good, yeah. Stephen Graham, he agreed to do it, yeah. He said he'd do it for £50 cheaper
I'm not
than when he
surprised.
first done it, yeah. And I messaged Ray Quinn, and I didn't even put an offer of any money, yeah, right? And he said he'd do it, yeah. He said he'd do it, even though there was no money. And I was conflicted. Does it make him a scumbag because he said he'd do it for free?
No.
Or does it make it a little bit better that he never done it for free, you know what I mean?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really care about what you're talking about, but as soon as you said Ray Quinn, I just remember them being dead muscly on the Dancing with Ice. So I
Dancing
wouldn't
with
like
the
hold
Ice.
that against them, do you know what I mean? I think it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, pass that over. Let me just look at the emails. Right, the first one is from Roger Morris, yeah, and he says, "Hi guys, I've been a fan for ages and stuff. What does your flat look like? More specifically, your bedroom, Stephen, and your bedroom, Paperlacky."
Well, I suppose I'll go first. Mine's just like a pretty box standard room. It's a nice
Stinks.
kind of grey wallpaper with a few little splashes of brown mixed into it.
Poo.
I've got my mattress. I've had my mattress for years. It's
Yeah.
dead comfortable. And I've got my book. I keep the book next to my bed.
The bloody book. He goes on about this book all the time, yeah, right? So he's got this big book, 475 pages, it's got, yeah. So when he was out the house the other day, when he went to shop, you don't know about this, actually, I'm sorry. When he was out the shop, yeah, I looked inside the book.
Stephen?
Every fucking page is blank. I don't even know who published it yet, because it's got a real cover and stuff. It's called The Night's Edge, but every single page is blank. What's all that about?
It's supposed to be a book where you imagine what happens, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like role-playing, but like not the sex one, where you all stand around in Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. The sex with all the sex dungeons and all that stuff. Shut the fuck up, Aki. Anyway, let me tell you about my bedroom, listeners, yeah? So you go in my room, it's bright red, the colour of Scarface's hallway, yeah? I've got 42 samurai swords on the wall, yeah? Each of them engraved by the fella who the girl goes to hunt down and kill Bill, yeah? Because he is a real person, yeah? I've met him before, yeah? And he done the swords. He's a Hattori Hanzo, yeah? Hattori Hanzo, yeah? The suits lined up against the walls, yeah? We don't have wardrobes. We've got like this barrier thing that goes round, and you can just put your hangers on it, yeah? And that's pretty much anything else you can remember how to explain with my room, Mackie.
Apart from the 42 boxes of tissues that you keep down side of your bed.
If you ever say something like that again, you're getting kicked out the fucking house, yeah, right? Realistically, any other things have I forgot about in my room?
The African child poster.
Fucking hell, the African child poster, how could I forget? Yeah. So as I go in, on one of the walls, yeah, 6 by 6, 6 foot by 6 foot, yeah, I've got a picture of this African child, yeah, right? And he's got all the flies on his head. There's millions of flies, and he's eating a little waffle, yeah, and he's got tears coming down his face, because he's dead hungry and stuff, and he hasn't had nothing to eat. And I just keep it there to remind me. I look up at it every morning and go, isn't the way dead sly and stuff? And then I go out and I make loads of money. And it inspires me, yeah.
We've got another question from, I don't know, it's a bit of a foreign name.
Fucking hell.
Amari Todd. Amari Todd.
Yeah.
It's a weird name, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird name. What's the question?
Hi guys. Working out is a very important thing to do during lockdown to keep your mind stress-free. What type of routine do you guys like to do? I don't really do any myself. I just watch Stephen.
Yeah. So what I do, I do 55 minutes in the morning of my Krav Maga, that ends up loosening up my body, right, and then I sit down and I meditate for 42 minutes, in front of all the samurai swords, masturbate for 2.5 minutes, come back down, put on a Bruce Lee movie, watch some of that, read a bit of my Jim Kelly biography book, Jim Kelly, he was the black martial artist in Into the Dragon, right, and then I do some press-ups. I let actually watch for that bit, while he's having his Cocoa Pops in the morning, sitting there with the Cocoa Pops watching me, and that's pretty much it. I end up getting a shower, Aki's not allowed in there, much to his pissed offness,
Let's just go to an advert.
The Stephen French Podcast, sponsored by Audible.
Hiya, I'm Ray Quinn, and my story for The Sun is going to be out on Sunday. You can find out all about my life, Brookside, dancing on ice, I'm a gay and stuff. Did I enjoy killing that girl in the woods on Brookie, and did I get it hard on when I done it, or a boner? Find out on Sunday.
Yeah, lad, we'll all be buying that, won't we? I don't think so, but they paid me a lot of money to advertise it on the website and the podcast, right? Anyway, me and Aki, we got to go now, because I'm looking out of the window and I can see the Just Eat fella.
Oh my God.
Wait there a minute. It's your Teddy.
It is? Oh my God. You got a job with Just Eat recently and didn't know he'd fucking started already.
You know what, that is
Come on,
brilliant.
let's let him in.
Yeah,
We'll see you all soon. Promise to be back sooner next time, definitely.
Yeah, sorry about the hasty, quick ending. It's just we got stuff to do and we got food to eat here. And as Aki said, we'll be back real soon for a new episode of the podcast. Who will our next guest be? We're not telling you. Yeah, right?
The Stephen French Podcast, brought to you by Audible.com.